All right, so you want to break into software sales, but you don't know how. My name is William Padilla. I am Sell That SaaS on TikTok. Got about 21,000 followers, 17,000 on LinkedIn. I've been selling software for 6 years. Through this, on my social media pages, I've posted about selling software, being in sales, traveling with sales, you name it. And I've gotten hundreds, if not thousands of messages from people on how to break into software sales. The reality is you need to do the job to get the job. I feel like this is a skill that people just don't understand. I don't know if it's a not taught skill in school or from your career coaches, but I'm here to actually help you. So in this video, I'm going to go through how to actually get a software sales job, specifically an SDR role, which is the entry-level role for a software sales representative. So what does it mean to do the job to get the job? Well, let's just walk it back a second. What do software sales reps do? They hunt prospects, they do cold outreach, they do thoughtful, relevant messaging, they cold call, they cold email, they do all these things with the one goal of booking a meeting. If you're applying for an SDR role at a tech company and you're just sending your application through and hoping for the best, does that really seem like someone the company would want to hire? Seriously, think about that for a second. You're applying for a sales role and you're just shooting your shot and applying like everyone else, going through a applicant tracking system that's likely screened by AI, your resume is probably going to end up in the trash. However, if you do the job to get the job, good chance you'll get it. How does that look? Well, very simple, and please, please, please write this down. What I want you to do is I want you to connect with people before you even apply for the job. The reason being is that oftentimes internally, we have a referral link that we can send out to applicants that can bump you to the top of the rest of the applicants without having to wait just like everyone else. So instead of applying directly, you need to connect with people in the company that are in your software sales position. So connect with current SDRs and current account executives and let them know a little bit about yourself. Here's a bonus tip. Cold call them. This works. This is actually how I applied to other jobs, and I've gotten several interviews through this method. Cold DM them on LinkedIn with a connection request saying, hey, thinking about applying, would love to ask you a couple questions and see how you like it there and to learn a little bit more about the role. That only gets you so far. So what I want you to do is I want you to cold call the reps that you're seeing on LinkedIn in the position that you want. Cold call them out the blue. Start to work on them. Cold call the sales development representative managers. By cold calling them, you're showing the company that you can do the job to get the job. You're literally doing the job in order to get the job. By cold calling the manager, you might think, oh, well, that's invasive, that's too aggressive. Actually, no, this is what software sales managers are looking for. They're looking for someone who's innovative, who doesn't just sit on the sidelines waiting for their application to get reviewed by HR. No, in fact, they're aggressive. They're the ones going after it, not just sitting on the sidelines. You're going to call the SDR manager and say, hey, Tyler, I noticed that there was an SDR opening available for XYZ software company. My name is so-and-so, and based on my background and experience, I think this role could be a good fit. Do you have a quick moment to chat? And then just shoot your shot. Ask all the questions you want. Ask how many reps are hitting quota. Ask why the role is open. Is it a backfill or is it for growth? For growth is a better option, by the way. Backfill is not the best. But you want to ask these questions, and ideally the situation should be the SDR manager would then say, I love your hustle. I love what you're about. Send me your resume. I'm going to put you in touch with HR. We're going to get you to the top of the list to get an interview. Now, this doesn't guarantee you getting the job, but my goodness, you just got to the top of the list. Imagine it's like you're in a club and you're waiting in a line with everyone else, but you know the bouncer. And because you know the bouncer, now you're in the VIP line, which if you've ever been to a club, by the way, I'm a Christian. I haven't been to the club in a long time. I'm probably like almost a decade. But I do remember in the college days, if you knew the bouncer, if you knew someone, you'd be in this little VIP section. And then you'd wait in a shorter line to get in. Club reference aside, it just worked well for this scenario. Do you understand how fast it is to get to the top of the line versus waiting like everyone else? I can't stand people who message me and they say, I can't get a role, Will, my resume is not good, can you fix it? And I've asked, did you do the job to get the job? Did you connect with people on LinkedIn? Did you cold call them? Did you email them? My goodness, talk about email. We're missing a big channel. Email the sales director, email the sales manager, email other AEs, and pitch yourself. Say, hey, look, this is what's up. This is who I am. I noticed this role is open. Before I wanted to apply, I wanted to see if you'd be open to giving me a referral. Well, the incentive is that other members in the team, if they like you, will take a call with you, give you the referral link, and oftentimes be incentivized with their own company with a $500 to $2,000 bonus if you get the job at their current company because you're going to be one of their referrals. So they get a referral fee. So there's so many people who are going to be wanting to work with you and be on your team to make sure you can get the interview if you can conduct yourself as an SDR before you actually even get the role. This works additionally because then in the hiring process, people are already vouching for you. You're still going to have to likely screen with HR, which, could and could not be the best experience. However, you have people internally who can vouch for you and say, that guy, that girl, they're a killer. They cold called me. They emailed the whole company, the whole sales team. They seem really aggressive, really tenacious. This is the type of talent we want on the team. And then you could showcase to the hiring managers in the interview, hey, guys, if I've shown anything, it's that I can do the job to get the job. And better yet, ask what work they have. Do work for free. If in the interview process that's like seeming a little bit like shaky or really competitive, ask them if they need any work done that you can handle as a homework assignment. So maybe they need a list of target accounts researched, or maybe they need competitors in the industry researched for battle cards for their sales team when they go up against competitors. There's so many things that you could do to add value to the company. So guys, if you're watching this video, this is really just your call to action to do the job to get the job. This is exactly how I got the job 5 years ago, actually 6 years ago, at a software company I worked at as an SDR. I messaged the hiring manager, I connected with HR, I emailed the SDRs that were there, and I also knew a current client of the software that bumped me up to the top by a reference saying, hey, you need to hire this guy, he's a killer. And it's really just a game of who you know and how you show up. Long gone are the days of just applying and getting an interview. Software sales is extremely competitive today, and I honestly don't have a ton of time to help everyone on a one-on-one call, so that's why I'm making this video. So again, if you want to learn more about my story and who I am, my name is William Padilla. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll make some more YouTube videos if you guys like this type of content. I'll go ahead and share my story. In fact, the next video is exactly how to go from SDR to AE and my story behind that. Click here to watch.